Forkel.
His first shot on lane 31. And a little nervous shot there. Leaves the washout, the 1-2-10. What's he going to do to make this?
This has been the toughest spare of the week, Mike. All week long, the players that have left the washout have struggled with it. And what they've done, the ones that have made it, is throw it hard and straight down the middle of the lane. They haven't tried to hook it into it. They've just tried to make the ball go right on the line, throw it almost directly at the 1-2 pocket, you might say. Hard and straight, like that.
Right around it.
Great try, great try.
I don't think there was anything in bowling that used to infuriate me more than doing that.
Well, you weren't supposed to leave it, Mike.
That's true.
As good as you were, as accurate as you were, you never left the wash. Well, let's see if Eric can continue doing what he's done already. And that's throw a lot of strikes.
Well out on the lane. Smash that center pin, but there you are again. Getting the ball out on the lane seems to be a key.
It is. You can't. If you set the ball down, it's going to overreact. So they're getting the ball well out of the lane to take that first part of the lane friction out of the shot completely. Notice something else here, Mike, that both the last two players have decided to start on lane 31 in their match. They have that option to pick the lane they want to finish on. That means they make Eric finish on lane 31 in the 10th frame. They've noticed that he's struggled in that lane, and that's where they want him to be if it comes down to that last shot. That's all they're thinking out there. There he got away with it again.
Stop it.
Well, he's been saying, you know, that he's been destined all week, you know, with the fortuitous breaks that he's been getting, and he's going to have to make better shots or some kind of adjustment on this left lane.
Well, that was definitely a good break there. He'll go cross lane again with a lot of ball speed. Remember that all the oil in the middle lane, the players don't want to take a chance on the ball not reacting, so they'll throw it pretty straight.
No trouble with the 10th frame. Well, Ken Johnson must feel fortunate right now. I mean, the way Eric's been bowling, he's gotten out ahead of everybody really quick.
Well, if you have to have an open in a one-game match, the first frame is the place to have it. It's not nearly as costly there. We let it quick.
But Johnson shot from the second.
He has the real contemporary release, stays behind the ball, no real side turn.
He's very quick. Everything is fast. Everything happens very quickly for him, and it really snaps the hand through, and the wrist is very strong, and you can see the heavy roll that you mentioned, Mike. The ball, if he gets part of the pocket, his carry percentage is very high. It's very similar to Dion, another one that if he gets part of the pocket, his chances of striking are very good.
Big shot here.
Oh, Johnson doubled.
I'm not so sure it was an adjustment or just more confidence. That first shot to start the match is pretty tough.
Got rid of those jitters, huh?
He got rid of the jitters. He's been around a while. He's experienced. He's bowled on the tour, and he was a member for a number of years. He's no longer a member of the PBA. I'm talking about Johnson, Ken Johnson, but he still has that experience. He knows how to play. A little tougher match here, I think, for Forkel.
High. He's just losing concentration.
It appears that he's losing. That's what, Mike, I was going to say. I agree with you. I think he's losing his concentration. He didn't take any time at all. He just picked up his ball and got up and threw it, and he's been very deliberate up to this point.
When something like that happens and your thought process is not crystallized like that, is it difficult to get it back?
I don't think it's not with his experience. He'll get it back. There's no question in my mind. He'll start throwing strikes in. I think where his concentration level isn't what it was in the past. And the reason for that is because he's struggling on lane 31. And he's let it carry over into a shot on lane 32. He's got up on lane 32 to bowl, made that bad shot just then because he was thinking of 31. That's the way I feel. He was thinking, what am I going to do on 31? And forgot what he was doing on 32.
So again, it's that battle with yourself.
Mm-hmm. If he gets it going on this lane, he'll be tough.
Like that. A little more speed that time. It looked like he was just more aggressive all the way through the approach on that shot.
And that'll give him confidence now that he's struck on 31. And, he can handle that lane now, and I think he'll bowl better the rest of the match. In the meantime, Kevin Johnson is definitely in this match. Ken Ken Johnson. I call him Kevin all the time.
He doesn't care what you call him as long as he strikes like that.
That's right. He's going to give Forkel all he can handle. He's got the experience. I mentioned that, and he's been around. He's won a regional tournament in the PBA. He almost made a TV show on the national tour. He finished 6th by about 3 pins. So he knows what it's like to make good shots under pressure.
He's got a tennis shoe on that right foot, Earl. Why is he doing that?
Well, that's so he can get that. He doesn't lose his level. In other words, he wants to be able to plant that tennis shoe, that rubber shoe on the approach and push into the shot.
Well, Ken Johnson has put it to Mr. Forkel. He's working on 4 in a row, leading by 21 pins. When we come back, we'll see if Eric Forkel can come from behind. Pretty good prize list there, Earl. The backdrop there is the Frank K. Baker Trophy.
Very nice trophy. As you mentioned, I've got 2 of those, Mike, and I'm very proud of those trophies. They're beautiful, unique, very unique trophies.
Eric Forkel trailing by 21. Ooh, the 7 goes a little slow, but it went.
He's got his confidence back, so we should have a wonderful match the rest of the way. Ken Johnson throwing the ball very well. And we've already seen what Forkel can do once he gets his confidence and his concentration going. Again, this is the key lane for him. He struck on it last time.
It'd be interesting to know what was going on in his mind right now. If he's thinking to stay aggressive and keep the speed up. Getting the breaks
bumped
today,
out
Earl.
to
That
6.
goes down so late.
There's no question that was a big break for him, and really more. Here's a good look at that shot, and watch the pin come off the wall. You see the head pin go to the wall, come back, and kick out the 6-10, and the reaction. Meanwhile, back to the
But Johnson still striking.
They're so fast. Well, this guy's ball looks like it would never leave anything. Puts it right back to him. Takes an 11-pin lead. We got 3 frames to go, and everybody's striking. Got that off the wall, but leaves the 5 pin. People really flying the line that time.
Yeah, the ball reaction was different. He got that ball into the middle of the lane a little more, so he was in the oil longer, so it didn't quite make the turn. And actually, as the ball was going down the lane, you could see the oil on the ball that he picked up on the ball, and it just skidded that extra inch or 2. Was the difference between a strike and the wall shot 5 pin.
Spare.
10 pins the difference right now. Forkel can even the match on his good lane. Can't throw it any better than that, can you?
That's as good as you can get him. I'll tell him the shit. Now we come down to key frames here now, the 8th, 9th, and 10th. And as most matches, as you mentioned last game, Mike, it generally comes down to those last 2 or 3 frames, and the guy that performs in the clutch is generally the winner.
And the difference in money is just so great at that point when you get to this level and in this position right now.
I think more importantly for Forkel is to continue to concentrate well, because if he does make a mistake, you don't get away with him forever. And it could be very costly, so he has to maintain that ball speed.
We got another break.
Another break. That could have very easily have been the 3-6-7, which had been a very difficult spare as it is. He comes up with a very makeable, very easy spare for the player of his ability. And Ken Johnson's breathing a sigh of relief right here, very much in the match, and a chance to really put this match away with some strikes.
Oh, not 3-6, excuse me.
Well, 2 pins the difference. Ken Johnson stepping up in the 8th frame right now, leading by those 2 pins.
He's ready. This guy wants to win bad, and he's out there to do it. He's going to put it to Forkel. He's going to make him earn this one. He's not going to steal one here.
Well, plus he just seems zeroed in on both lanes, especially the right lane. So the key shot has got to be for him right now.
Yeah, and it comes back to the mental thing. Now, all right, last time he was light on this. Is he going to make an adjustment, or does he really feel he didn't throw the ball quite as well as he should have? See what he does. A little softer.
Oh,
great shot.
I'm
impressed. He is going extremely well for a guy that's never had a chance to win a tournament before, a national tournament, and he is really, really making great shots. Forkel has to feel he needs them all. He needs 4 strikes in a row to have a chance to win.
There's one of the 4. He really has got to do this first one, though.
First one is the one that can give him confidence to get the one in the 11th. The first ball here in the 10th frame is, as you mentioned, it's very important.
Boy, going through his mind, though, is, he's been high on this left lane, but the last frame he was light. So he's got to make a perfect shot in order to get it to the 1-2 pocket.
That's probably exactly how he feels, and that's not good. He should just go up there and make a good shot, not try to be perfect. Trust his ability.
Right again, he made a move or something that time. That ball skidded a long way.
He looked different. He looked like he was tentative, like he really didn't get through the ball well. It just it kind of floated on him, and you can see there he's making a gesture like, oh, I got my elbow out there. And if you get your elbow out to the side and go around the ball with your elbow, it's not going to finish well, Mike, and that's probably what he feels he did, because he was gesturing in that manner.
3-5. If he makes this, he's still not out of the match.
Tough spare.
That's why.
That's why.
He's pretty much handed it to Ken Johnson right at this point.
Straight behind the foul line is all Ken has to think about, and actually, it always comes down to that same thing. I got another game to bowl for the title. I don't want to lose that edge. I want to stay mentally sharp, so he wants to make good shots here, even though he's won the match.
Well, he can afford it.
But it was a great shot. He really was rolling the ball well. We should have a wonderful championship match, Mike.
Well, the interesting thing about Ken Johnson is he let his PBA membership lapse this year, and so he is no longer a member. If he wins this tournament, he does not get the 3-year exemption into the Firestone Tournament of Champions.
That's a costly error. If you want to consider it there, maybe he's happy not to be a member of the PBA, and different strokes for different folks, I guess.
That's true, too. Eric Forkel, though, is going to add, what, $20,000, $20,600 to his already impressive earnings. It's going to put him up close to $130,000 so far for this year.
Not bad. It's only the first part of May. That's a pretty good start.
Oof.
And it finishes with 233 to Eric Forkel's 214.
Awesome performance by Ken Johnson.
Game for Ken
Like and
Johnson. Eric
subscribe.
Forkel bowled well.